Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX with me, Devika Chopra, and our focus right now is the Mahakumbh Mela. Wearing a saffron-coloured jacket, blue track pants, and a Rudraksh mala around his neck, Prime Minister Narendra Modi took a holy dip at the Triveni Sangam and offered prayers to Goddess Ganga. Prime Minister Modi was amongst the nearly 55 lakh people who have taken the holy dip today at the Mahakumbh Mela in Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj. Arriving at Prayagraj at 10 a.m., Prime Minister Modi reached the Arel Ghat and went to the nose of the Sangam, the strip of land at the confluence of the Ganga, Yamuna and the Saraswati. In a boat along with UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, the Prime Minister ventured into the waters alone and took a dip at the Sangam as he recited mantras. What is the significance of the Prime Minister's visit? Why has he chosen the 5th of February to make that visit? We will, of course, have that conversation, but quickly I need to bring in my colleague Arzu Seth, who joins us live from Mahakumbh Prayagraj. Arzu, over to you.
Well, Devika, as you mentioned, it was a significant day today, as on the occasion of the Magh Ashtami itself, a big day when the Prime Minister himself took a holy bath in the Triveni Sangam. He arrived in the morning in Prayagraj, and after that he took a boat from the Arel Ghat, from where he reached to the Sangam nose, in Triveni Ghat, where there is a merger of Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati, and there he took a holy bath in the Triveni Sangam and also performed the rituals. The Rudraksh mala was in his hand while he was taking a holy dip, and also performed the aarti in the Ganga, offered the prayer to the Ganga Maiya. Also, when we talk about after taking a holy dip, he also shared pictures of him performing those rituals. He also in fact mentioned that it was a blessing to be the part of the Mahakumbh. Also, like the crore of devotees, he was also the one of them who witnessed the divine culture and the divine beauty of the Mahakumbh. Right now we are in the Mela area only, and you can see a massive crowd right now. Also the massive devotees who are coming here, the influx of devotees who are coming back after taking a holy dip in the Triveni Sangam. And also we can clearly see on the other side also there has been from the one side when the devotees are coming after taking a holy dip, on the other side these are the devotees who are coming to enter. This is the entry point from where the devotees are coming in the Mela area. So from one side when the devotees are going, from the other side the devotees are also coming in large number, and till now more than 38 crore people have already took a holy bath, have visited the Mahakumbh, and the expectation was 40 crore, but this mark is going to cross very soon. So might be as the expectation was 400 million, this time it is going to cross 500 million, as there are important days that are still left. Two important dates that are still left. The one is Magh Purnima and another one is the Mahashivratri. So these are the two important days which are still there, and now also we can clearly see on a daily basis lakhs and crores of devotees are still coming to be the part of the Mahakumbh. We will try to have a conversation with some of the devotees who have come here. Sir, कहाँ से आए हैं? क्या नाम है आपका?
बाबलू है।
कहाँ से आए?
दिल्ली से आया हूँ।
दिल्ली से आए। कैसा अनुभव रहा आपका? आपने स्नान कर लिया है?
हाँ, सुबह का टाइम किया था।
सुबह के टाइम किया था। कैसा अनुभव रहा आपका?
सही है। ये पहली बार देख रहा हूँ ना इतना संगम। हाँ, पहली बार इतना क्या बोले उसको, इतना पब्लिक इकट्ठा हुआ पहली बार देख रहा हूँ।
पहली बार देख रहे इतनी भीड़ एक साथ।
हाँ, एक सीधी।
Definitely. So this is a new for everyone, because this is the world largest gathering and people are seeing this thing for the first time in their life. कहाँ से आए आप?
प्रयागराज से।
प्रयागराज से ही है। कैसा देख रहे हैं? अपने ही प्रयागराज में रौनक लग गई है चारों?
बहुत ही अच्छा, बहुत ही सुंदर, बहुत ही भव्य, बहुत ही अच्छा, हर चीज अच्छा ही अच्छा है, सब कुछ अच्छा है।
आपको सबसे अच्छा क्या लग रहा है?
यहाँ की सुरक्षा व्यवस्था,
अच्छा।
इंतजाम, सुख सुविधाएं है, कोई चीज की दिक्कत नहीं है। ये जो थोड़ा घटना हुआ है तो दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना हो गई है। हाँ, और सब कुछ अच्छा है।
अच्छा, ये बताइए, जब से घटना हुई उसके बाद से आप लोगों को लग रहा है कि ज्यादा सुधार जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है, प्रशासन ने और ज्यादा कठोरता दिखाई है और ज्यादा सुविधाओं में सुधार कर दिया है?
हाँ, जो थोड़ा से बीच में दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना हुई इसके बाद प्रशासन और जितने भी अफसरान हुकूमत है सभी अलर्ट एकदम पे हो गए थे। अब कोई भी घटना नहीं होगी बाद में। हाँ, ये हमारा लोग का विश्वास है।
कितनी बार आप डुबकी लगा चुके हैं? आप तो प्रयागराज
तीसरा मर्तबा है हमारा।
तीसरी बार का महाकुंभ?
हाँ।
अच्छा।
हाँ,
बार क्या बदला हुआ नजर आ रहा
इस बार सब कुछ बदल गया, हर चीज, धर्म से लेकर भक्ति सैलाब से लेकर सुविधा से लेकर सुरक्षा से लेकर सब कुछ बदल गया है।
डेफिनेटली दिस इज द मिसिव दिस टाइम। कहाँ से आई हैं आप?
यहीं प्रयागराज से।
प्रयागराज से। कैसा अनुभव रहा? आपने स्नान कर लिया?
अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा अनुभव है। मेला आपकी बदला हुआ है।
अच्छा, क्या बदला हुआ है?
हर चीज यहाँ प्रदर्शनी वगैरह, मेला वगैरह, सब स्नान बहुत अच्छा है।
पहले आप कितनी बार आ चुकी हैं कुंभ में?
आज तो भी पहली बार आई हैं, फिर एक आध दो बार आएंगे और
आएंगी बात।
हाँ।
अच्छा, ये बताइए कि मेले की वजह से पूरे प्रयागराज में भी आपको कहीं ना कहीं डेवलपमेंट देखने को मिल रहा है, कई सारी रोड्स बनी हुई है।
हाँ, माहौल तो अच्छा है, हर जगह सुविधा व्यवस्था, हर जगह चेक इन पब्लिक को व्यवस्था दिया जा रहा है, पुलिस वगैरह, लेडीज पुलिस सब लगी है।
सो देयर यंगस्टर्स आल्सो कम हियर। हेलो, क्या नाम है आपका?
मेरा नाम अपर्णा है।
आप लोग कहाँ से हो?
प्रयागराज में स्टूडेंट है।
प्रयागराज से ही है। कैसा लग रहा है और यंगस्टर्स के लिए महाकुंभ क्या अहमियत रखता है? आप लोग क्या समझ रहे हैं महाकुंभ से?
ये कुंभ जो है एक हमारे कल्चर को शो करता है और यहाँ पे सच बताओ तो आने के बाद हम लोग को बहुत अच्छा लगता है। ऐसा लगता है कि हम लोग अपने कल्चर को दोबारा मतलब ये करें। और इतने सारे पीपल्स को साथ मतलब इतने सारे लोग यहाँ जो इकट्ठा होते हैं उनको देख के काफ़ी अच्छा लगता है कि देश में हाँ अभी अभी हमारा कुछ कल्चर है।
अभी पहले एक साथ इतने लोग देखे हैं?
नहीं इतना पहली बार।
Thank you for bringing us that ground perspective, which was extremely important. Let me now go across to our guests with us on the broadcast. Ambassador Bhaswati Mukherjee. We also have with us Dr. D.K. Hemahari, co-founder of Bharat Gyan, and Swami Shailesh Anand Giri, a Hindu Dharm guru, with us on the broadcast as well. Let me begin with Ambassador Bhaswati Mukherjee. Ambassador Bhaswati Mukherjee, of course, there has been coverage in the past of the Kumbh Melas, of the Mahakumbh Mela that happens every 12 years as well. But this time, because of social media, because of the internet, it seems as though there has been a completely different reach that the Mahakumbh Mela has had. In your perspective, what really has India been able to achieve in terms of showcasing what we have to offer as far as our place in the world as one of the cradles of spirituality is concerned?
Very well put, Devika. We have been able to show the beauty of Sanatan Dharma, India's culture and civilization heritage, and what Vasudeva Kutumbakam means. World is one family only for the generous hearted. Where do you find those generous hearted? You find them here in India, in Prayagraj, on the shores of the mighty Ganges, which has seen civilization through millennia. We are talking about 400 million people having come, having bathed, having been given hospitality. Across the internet, there is a beautiful article written by a man of Pakistani origin, praising the Kumbh and saying this is a place where there is no animal sacrifice, no blood, everything peaceful. People volunteering to give food, give shelter, help anybody who is feeling afraid, etc. That is the beauty which a Pakistani has brought out, not an Indian. And that actually demonstrates that India has come of age. Your reporter was asking about the mishap that happened. We actually don't know whether the mishap was engineered or it was a real mishap. But even if a mishap happened, and I grieve for all those who lost their lives, in a population of 1.3 billion, where we are expecting 500 million to take the dip, including I hope myself, I hope to go there also. I was asking Swamiji just now before we came on air, that this is an amazing demonstration of faith, of spirituality, of peace, of devotion, and where best but in the Kumbh, the Mahakumbh, which comes once every 144 years. I think that we will find a huge gathering for Mahashivratri, just like as you rightly said, today was the Magh Ashtami, and it is very, very touching to see photos of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi taking the dip, etc. He is also demonstrating the beauty of Sanatan Dharma, a religion that does not convert, a religion that is totally peaceful, a religion that just wants to be left in peace to showcase itself as to how human civilization can coexist with each other if everybody followed the Sanatan Dharma. Thank you, Devi.
Okay, I'll go across to Dr. D.K. Hemahari as well. Dr. D.K. Hemahari, in your perception, why exactly has the Prime Minister chosen the 5th of February to be the date when he visits the Mahakumbh? And what message do you think he has been able to send? This is of course not the first time that Prime Minister Modi has made a visit to take a holy dip. But as far as the Mahakumbh Mela is concerned, what message do you think the Prime Minister has been able to send out, not just to India, but to the world through his visit?
Thank you, Devika, for having me on the show. And regarding the importance of this particular thing and this Mahakumbh, and you just highlighted that this particular Kumbh, we are seeing such unprecedented footfall, and that is because it is the 144th Kumbh, and none of us in this generation have seen it before. So we are not able to compare, and of course social media is adding to it. But regarding today's, what's so special, see this, and first of all, what we are trying to, the message we are trying to give the world and also to ourselves is that we can be proud of this continuity that we are seeing. It's a continuity of millennia, and imagine a civilization across generations is remembering that this is the 144th Kumbh, and I should therefore go to Prayag, and therefore everybody wants to be there during this Kumbh. And on this particular day, what is so special? So we're talking about continuity, and that means, and we're also talking about remembering. So who are we remembering? What are we remembering? We are remembering our ancestors. All our ancestors who have given us this knowledge, this culture, all the values, this dharma that we live with. And how best, this is a civilization. One thing we must remember about the Bharata civilization. It is a civilization which uses debt as its model. Debt meaning indebtedness, rina. So everything you do is to write off your debt, one form or the other. And Pitra Rin is very, very important in all of this. And when you say Pitra Rin, one of the configurations, a stellar configuration that keeps coming every time to remind you of your Pitra Rin is the star Bharani, because this is the star for the divinity Yamadevata. I mean, we normally just say Yama means god of death, and so on, paint a very scary picture of Yama. But look at the beauty in the word Yama. Yama means regulating, it is controlling. So this is the divinity who is regulating the order in the universe. He is the divinity he is the aspect of order in the universe that takes your soul from one life to another. He regulates your soul through life and after life also. And the star associated with this divinity is Bharani. And every Kumbh, and especially at Prayagraj, you also have the Vata Vriksha over there. It is very important for doing Pitra Karma, that is the rituals for ancestors, the Shraddh for ancestors. And therefore, if you look at it, today's day, when the Nakshatra Bharani, the moon is aligned with Nakshatra Bharani, it actually is reminding you, it is that much highlighting the focus of the Kumbh. And not just Kumbh, Kumbh has got many, many dimensions, and coming here for remembering ancestors and doing your Shraddh is one of the aspects of Kumbh. And from that perspective, today's day of Bharani Nakshatra has that kind of a significance, and that is perhaps why the PM could have chosen. But every day, believe me, in this world, God created every day is special. It has its own significance, and every day there is something or the other for us to do to write off our debts to everybody. There are so many kinds of debts. We don't live alone in this world. We live only because of everybody else and who are here to support us. And we have to pay our debts to them. So this is a beautiful occasion that reminds you of that. And this is a message that we can give to the world as well, that we are a very continuous civilization, and we are a civilization who believe that we live with the support of others. So we have to help others so that in that way we help ourselves. And another beautiful thing which Ambassador brought out about the freedom. See, just recently we celebrated our 26th 26th on Jan. We celebrated Republic Day, and it is the 76th year. We completed 75 years of living under this constitution in a very peaceful, democratic manner. That's a great record. Now, if you look at the constitution, one of the principles in the constitution is liberty. Now, when you talk about liberty and you use the English word liberty, immediately everybody thinks of, okay, slavery or not being bound or not being oppressed by somebody else. But liberty in our constitution, if you read the subsequent words in that line, it says that it is the liberty for everybody in this land to practice their faith. So
Okay.
this liberty that we are talking about is of a very different sense, and it is talking about a total all-encompassing liberty of thought, liberty of action, and so that is a beautiful thing. Everybody is coming to Kumbh, and which is what Ambassador very beautifully pointed out about all people from different parts of the world writing and coming to this Kumbh as well. So this is a very, very beautiful
All right.
occasion, which we are very fortunate to see in 100, and something that our maybe just previous generation, many of them didn't get to see.
Okay, all right. I want to bring Swami Shailesh Anand Giri into the conversation as well. Swami Shailesh Anand Giri, we'd of course like to understand from you what next can the people who are hoping to visit Prayagraj expect? What are some of the crucial dates that are coming up, some of the crucial activities that are also coming up?
Yeah, Devika, first we must remember that all the Shaiva Akhadas, like I am the Mahamalleshwar of Juna Akhada, we have left Prayagraj for Kashi because we celebrate our Shivratri at Kashi, and I am coming here at Ujjain to celebrate my Shivratri at Mahakaleshwara. So, as far as the different aspects of the creation, operation and destruction, I have witnessed everything there at Prayagraj, and it was really divine that how God might have created this world and operates it and then sometimes ends it also. So it was a nice witnessing there. But for the people, they must understand. Look, this massive Kumbh Mela teaches you the way of life to make you get self-realization about the importance of our Vedic Sanatana Hindu Dharma. How does it denotes about the sacrifice and the services, seva, just both great ladies have just said before. Look, one more thing we must understand is that when we are at Kumbh Mela, we are not just bodies. We are beyond bodies, we become minds. And not just mind, we become our intellect. And forget about all these three, we become souls. So this Prayag Kumbh Mela at the Sangam becomes a very massive storage of multi-millions of souls. Those have become like Mahaparamatma. That is, we are going to travel towards the Parampita Paramatma. So this divinity that is present in the God and that is into yourself, that means the divinity within the Pind as well as the Brahman, Yatha Brahman Tatha Pind. This has been witnessed there at Prayagraj. So every day of this Kumbh Mela for the people is very important. This Purnima is coming. That is one of the most important occasion. And after that, 26 will be there. That will be very important occasion. At the very first two baths, I was little bit tense that this Kali Yuga is coming. So many of obstacles are coming in the path of saints even. Not only the common people, but in the path of saints also there were so many obstacles to take a bath. But as soon as this Vasant Panchami bath was there, I was very happy. And I said, one of your channel's reporter only asked me, how do you feel, Swamiji? I said, in the words of Maithili Charan Gupta, that you तो हर दिन मनती है राखी होली और हर रात मनती है दिवाली, लेकिन क्या हर रोज छिटकती जैसी आज छिटकती पूरम में लाली. So I was very happy, not only me, everybody was very happy at the Vasant Panchami, and it was like shading off our past and wearing a new attire. That is like spiritual rejuvenation. So this is the time when Hindu Renaissance has begun, and today when Modi was giving up some gesture about the modern dress up, dressed into orange, shorts into blue, he was saying that the youngsters who are very logical, who are very rational, they must understand the scientific implication of our Sanatana Vedic Hindu Dharma. And I was delivering all my commentary there at Prayagraj all of the day, all of this Kumbh Mela till today, and will be delivering till 26. And all that means is that whole world is seeking the truth from India only, like Vivekananda said. संपूर्ण विश्व प्यासों की तरह भारत की ओर तक रहा है, एक चमत्कार यहाँ से निकलेगा, संपूर्ण विश्व को सरोबार कर देगा. So we should not make a wall of well around us. Be very open. Our Sanatan has to spread, and it is already spreading. So it's again, I would like to repeat, it's a Hindu Renaissance period. Let us be a part of it. Let us spread our words to the whole of the world that what is Sanatan Vedic religion, and it is the global Oriental Brotherhood. It's not like any particular religious brotherhood. It's like Oriental Brotherhood that we call Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And we think that when we are at Kumbh Mela or doing any of the rituals we are performing, we say Loka Samasta Sukhina Bhavantu. Not only for the goodness or wellness of Hindus, but all of this planet, all of this universe, best aspirations we have got into our mind, that they all should live a very happy life. So this message has to be spread via all of people visiting there at Kumbh Mela, and I am very sure that this is the new beginning. And the gesture that Prime Minister has shown today, that is on the 8th day, that is the Baglamukhi day from the Dashmahavidya and the Ashtami from the Gupta Navaratri. So it's a very, you can say it's having a very deep meaning, that giving a signal that there will be end of evils very soon, where so much of, I would say directly that Bangladesh, these Bangladeshis, Muslims have done a lot of, you can say, problems created to these Hindus, and they killed the Hindus. So those who will fight on the name of religion will be ended. This is just a directly hint from the Prime Minister's body language, as well as the day he has chosen to take this bath. Yeah, Devika ji.
Okay. All right. I leave the last word with Ambassador Mukherjee. Ambassador Mukherjee, do you think that there has also been some sort of a different impact on the youth of India this time around as far as the Mahakumbh Mela is concerned?
There is a huge impact, and unless the youth of India understands Sanatan Dharma and follows it, there cannot be any more the continuity of Indian civilization as we've seen it through millennia. The youth have to understand that there is much more than just making money and having a good life. Because right now, I'm sorry to say that along with Sanatan Dharma, the youth of India have become completely capitalist, following the dictates of American-style capitalism. I'm not even talking about Trump. So we need these kind of gigantic occasions, as Swamiji has so beautifully described, to make our youth understand that they are here today, they represent the continuity of the greatness of Indian civilization and Sanatan. And if they don't understand it, then how will they teach their children and grandchildren? This is a continuous flow of civilization, as my co-panelist said. That is why she's so right that I did the final puja of both my parents, and there was no Kumbh Mela at that time. So I went to Gaya as is my duty, because I don't have a brother, and I did the puja. That is part of the duties that we have towards our ancestors, and we have to teach the same to our children so that they can teach the same to theirs. And therefore, I think Prime Minister's gesture today was extremely important, because the youth follow him. He has a huge following on X, and whatever he writes is followed by the youth of India. So his gesture was a very beautiful one, and I think we have to do much more also to teach the greatness of our culture, civilization and our Sanatan Dharma to our young people, and reform the education system so that they understand the greatness of India. If they don't understand the greatness of India, then how will they be able to propagate it abroad? If we don't even know it in our own country, how will we explain it? Sometimes I meet foreigners who know more about Indian civilization than many young Indians. We must rectify this as soon as possible, Devika, because we are no longer, as Swami Vivekananda said, that the colonizer came and enslaved our minds. But now, so many years later, we must liberate our minds and go back to what is the greatness of India. And this Mahakumbh demonstrates the greatness of India. Jai Hind.
Right, absolutely. With that, we've run out of time, but I thank all of our guests for joining us on the broadcast to take this conversation forward. And viewers, we sip into a very quick break.